So proportions are fun to solve, but they're not all proportions. So this one's not a proportion. And how do I know? It's that minus 1/2. You know, if that hadn't been there, it would have been a proportion, but it's there, so we have to deal with it. Okay, it says state the excluded values. So look at the denominators, x minus 3, and 2. Well, I don't have to worry about the 2. That's not going to be 0. But I can't have x be 3. So this time, 0 is okay, but x cannot be 3. No matter what happens, in the end, x can't be 3. Okay, to solve this, I'm going to rewrite it. I like to leave a little space. You could write it a little bit differently. What's the LCD here? So look at your denominators. I'm going to have an x minus 3 for sure. And I also have to have a factor of 2. So you can put the 2 on the right, and I just did it that way. But everybody gets the LCD, meaning each rational expression gets multiplied by the LCD. Okay, now I'm looking ahead here. I'm just going to warn you, warning, that minus sign right there. Okay, but we'll get to it. Okay. So in the first part, the x minus 3's cancel, so I just have 2x. In the next part, the x minus 3's cancel, and I have 2 times 5, which is 10. And then here the 2's cancel, but what do I have? I have minus, remember I told you about that minus sign? Minus, well, it's 1 times x minus 3. Now I don't really need the 1 because it's just a 1. But what if that had been like a 5 or something? So you would have to distribute that in, okay? All right. The good news is, for this green equation we have here, there are no denominators now. So it's just a linear equation. We can solve it. 2x equals 10 minus x plus 3. So I have to distribute that negative 1. That's what I get. I can simplify because of the 10 and the 3. So 2x equals 13 minus x. But I have x on both sides, so I've got to get x on one side. I'll add x. And I'm running out of room, so I'm going to come over here and put 2x plus x is 3x equals 13. Divide by 3. And I get x equals 13 over 3. Now, my excluded value was 3. And I didn't get that, so that's an okay answer, 13 over 3. Okay, and we have another one, very similar, except it's x minus 2. So my excluded value, x cannot be 2. Okay, what's the LCD? The LCD is going to have a factor of 2 and a factor of x minus 2. So these two problems were very similar in the way they were written. Okay, I'm going to recopy the problem. We'll see if something exciting happens. Okay, now every rational expression, there's 3 of them here, gets multiplied by the LCD. 2 times x minus 2. Okay, so we're going to cancel. That's the whole goal of multiplying by the LCD, is get those denominators out of there. 2x equals, then here the x minus 2's cancel, so I get the 10 again, minus, because of that minus sign there, the 2's cancel, and I have 1 times x minus 2. Okay. So let's finish this up. I'm going to have 2x equals 10 minus x plus 2. Okay. 2x equals 12 minus x. So I can add x to both sides. I get 3x equals 12. And if I divide by 3, you don't have to write it, but you can. X equals 4. Now am I allowed to have 4 for an answer? Yeah, x couldn't be 2. My excluded value was x could not be 2, but 4 is okay. All right, so those are those two problems.